Hello. I'm alive, y'all. We're in the Christmas vibe. Yeah, hello, my people. Them. I'm alive, y'all. I'm alive. I hope y'all can hear me. Oh, my voice is clear. Y'all, welcome to Let's Talk with Ms.Fe. My name is Felicia. I am your host, aka PM your one and only. Last week, I was down, y'all. I was down. The entire family was down. I don't know what it is. You guys, I'm going to be using my computer tonight. So, let me set it right in front of me here, right here, so I can kind of monitor who's coming in and who's not coming in. But yeah, it's gonna be all. I'm fidgeting over here, making all this noise. But I just want to say happy holiday, season greetings, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you call the season, whatever you refer to it. Happy holidays. I'm so happy to be back. I have been stagnant online. A lot been happening. The year's coming to an end. I want to remind you guys, do your budgets. Okay? It's been crazy. Yeah, my eyes is itching. Hold on 1 second. Here, didn't go in. I want to remind you guys, do not mess around. Do your budget. Do your budget. Do your budget. Joseph, how are you? Welcome to the show. Thank you for following along. Shout out to you. Where are you watching from? I'm curious. Where are you watching from, my Basa brother? You guys, please share the show. I'm going to log to my computer so I can try to share the show from my computer instead of having to go up here and be going like this or using my phone fidgeting. But yeah, it's officially Christmas season. Christmas is like what, 3 or 4 days away. I don't know. My kids are getting me in this Christmas vibe, but we were all sick. It was virals. I had to be on antibiotic. I lost my voice. My son had it. He had diarrhea and everything, vomiting, everything. And then my daughter caught it. Then she passed. Of course, I'm the caretaker. So I'm going to get the worst of it. Got it. My voice was gone. I had a sore throat. I mean, it was just horrible. Just horrible. Just horrible. Couldn't sleep because I have to, one is sick, one is not sick. You gotta take the other one to school, the other one at home. I mean, it was just a mess, just a mess. Husband got sick too. Everybody got sick. I'm recovering. I'm doing well. I'm super grateful to be alive because it felt like I was going. It felt like I was going down. Hey, welcome to the festivities. It's Christmas time. Oh, my throat. Still recovering. Can you hear me, Richmond? Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, please say hi, yeah, nay. Can y'all hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay.
My voice is still cracking, but we are
Um,
much
me,
better
I'm,
than.
I'm still having my sinus, running nose and headache.
Oh
Jeez.
my God, it's all over. Everybody is sending you speedy recovery. I mean, I could not handle last week,
No
but
kidding.
been on some antibiotic and it's been helpful. They can't tell if it's cold, flu, or whatever. Nobody could tell. Like the doctor couldn't tell. They would just say, well, you just have to drink a lot of water and stay away from people and stay home.
It's who are they trying to deceive with that water? Drink water, and then I'll become like a balloon. Like,
I know you're always in the bathroom.
I've had that water just for Lord knows how long. I've drank enough water, and at the end of the day, all I do is just run to the bathroom to go and pee. I pee
Yes.
and come back out. That's it.
It's frustrating because your body's weak and all you want to do is just lay down, but then you have to go to the body. Yeah. So not really fun. But yeah, welcome everybody. Welcome to Let's Talk with Ms.Fe. I know I've been quiet. Oh, we lost him. Been quiet. Some of you guys unfollow us. It's okay. It's okay. We're not here for the follow. We just want to make sure everybody's getting the message. One day, y'all gonna have to pay to get on my page. And y'all and will charge you a lot of money one day, one day. One day, the moco will flow. I think that's how you say the song. I love that song of CSC. It's nice. One day, Father, look at me, oh. Look at me, oh. All my people now following me, oh. I can't sing, oh. You don't hold me, oh. But anyways, you guys, please go ahead, share the show, follow. Tonight we're talking about forgiveness, reconciliation. What does that sound like to you? Can you forgive someone and not reconcile? I know people are probably like, what do you mean by that? How can you forgive and not reconcile? Well, I am an example, you guys. I forgive people behind closed door and I don't feel like it needs to be discussed. I'm done. I'm over it.
Interesting.
So we're going to dive into this. I mean, relationship, we have it as relationship. I mean, any type of relationship, your friendship, marriage, parents, family, brother, sister, cousin, and the list go on and on. That's what we're discussing tonight. Forgiveness without reconciliation. If you forgive but don't reconcile, did you really forgive that person? Did you? Do they even know? How do you know? Have you ever talked about it? Let me start out by saying, y'all get ready for 2026 because my book is coming out. I can officially tell you guys now. I am in edit mode. I was able to get a editor. My book is going to be dropping. I can't tell you exact date, but 2026, y'all are going to get to know me a little bit more. A little bit more. It's fictional, but it's about my life, my beginning, my little humble beginning, where I came from, how I got here.
So an autobiography.
It's an auto, but I make it out of fictional because there's too much emotional stuff in there. And I can't really have other people to protect everybody's identity. I had to make it fictional, but the story aligned with my life, with my life, with my life.
You
So
know, you're kind of giving out the secret.
I
You
am,
should
but I
have
want
just
people to
let
know.
them read it. It doesn't matter. Let them read it, and then they would pretty much
I
decide
want
on
you to,
whatever they want to come out with. If they decide that okay, they feel like okay, it's about your life, then fine. It's just like the movies when they say true life
yeah,
story. The true life story, they don't even know who the real person is that it's really about until they get to the very end, and that's when they see the picture of that person that it's really about. So
true, true. You know,
you gotta give it a
I
second.
mean, the people who really truly know me, I don't really have to tell them. They could tell.
Hmm.
Just the character, you're not gonna know who the characters are. I don't really share my life story a lot, so I feel like a lot of people are going to be surprised. Um, this has been coming for a very long time since I think I had this drive since 2011, and um, but anyway, I just want to tell you I'm dropping a book 2026 by the grace of God, and it is going to be interesting, y'all. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. And after that book, I'm going to work on something else that kind of sums up my adulthood. So it's going to be like a sequel, kind of like a novel. But I just want to give you guys a little tip to get to know me. There's a reason this podcast got started. There's a reason behind everything. I told you guys on here before, I am very calculative. Calculative. Whatever, however you want to define that. I'm very calculative. Everything I do has a minute. There's nothing I do that doesn't have a minute. There's a minute to everything. There's a minute to this podcast. And slowly but surely, you guys will get to know me. And you are going to say, oh, wow. Ah, surprising. Surprise. I hope I surprise some of you guys. I hope I don't. But, anyways, let's go back to the topic tonight. We're discussing reconciliation. And the reason I had to bring up my book because this topic kind of like talked about me. This topic, I feel like I'm putting myself out there without putting myself out there. But it really aligned with a lot of things that I do in my life, how I like handle people in general and deal with situation. So hint that's and I'm pretty sure a lot of people can fit into it. But welcome back. We disappeared just for a short time, but we're back. We didn't end the conversation, like I said on the post. The conversation continue until God calls us, or however long we can continue doing this podcast, whatever God says. But yeah, I wanted to welcome you guys. Richmond, say hi to the people. They don't remember us anymore because we've been gone. So let's see who's over here. Y'all sharing the show.
Hi everyone, I'm Richard, aka Richmond. Like we always say, disclaimer: whatever is discussed here is our opinions. Whether you like it or not, we are still entitled to our opinion. That is why we all have the freedom of speech. So it's up to you on however you take it. But welcome to the show. Please subscribe.
Yeah,
It is an honor to have you here, and we hope you invite yourself, your family, your friends. You never know, they might actually learn something new. So, sorry we've been gone, we've been sick or one thing or another, but we are getting better.
yeah.
We just couldn't miss the show today, so we decided to come on so that way you can see our pretty faces.
There you have it. Thank you so much for adding that disclaimer. You know, I always forget to tell people that. I just assume, again, forgive without telling people. Can you guys tell? I
But
assume.
at least my own, I always put the reason why I put that disclaimer is because no matter what, I will say things that will hurt some people's feelings. But
True,
unfortunately, I really
true.
don't care. If because you've noticed every single podcast we've done, I've literally blasted, and some people have taken it as an offense, but I really don't care. It's just
True,
life.
true. Hey,
So it's just for
no
them to know
filter
it's my
on
opinion.
here. There's so many podcasts on the internet. I mean, we love our followers, supporters, whoever, but disclaimer, like Richmond said, this is an adult show. 18 and above. If you can't handle real conversation, you don't need to come on here. Sorry, find something else. But we talk about everything and anything. And the topic that I actually want us to talk about tomorrow, oh my God, brace yourself. Brace yourself. I just want us to kind of like get back in with this one. But brace yourself. And I know it's going to be very, very controversial tomorrow. But I'm just telling you guys. But anyways, welcome to the show. Welcome back to Let's Talk with Ms.Fe. Like I say, our silence didn't mean we stopped the conversation. The conversation continued. Tonight, we are coming back with this question. If you forgive someone with that reconciliation, did you ever forget them? Did you forgive them? Were they forgiven? So tonight I want us to first we're going to first define the differences between forgiveness. Is it internal or is it external? Reconciliation. What is that? What does it look like? Um, does forgiveness equals releasing bitterness? Is that what it is? Or are you releasing revenge or resentment? Reconciliation, does it restore trust or does it access and rebuild relationship? If not, you can forgive someone and still recognize they are not safe or a true place for you to be. So tonight I want us to get into it and answer these questions. Why do people struggle with this? Why? Why do people struggle with forgiveness in general? Why do people um, struggle with reconciliation? Why? And Richmond, since it's just you and I'm gonna let you have the first word.
Okay, well, we know fully well forgiveness, when they say, I forgive you, is equivalent to saying sorry. We throw those words out pretty easy. Doesn't mean that a lot of it is really meant. And besides, take for example, if a person is married, they always say what? The husbands always expect what? Respect. And if the wife hurts the husband, if she says something or does something, or you use something that he holds dear against him, at that point in time, well, you've just crossed the first barrier. You've pretty much checked that red mark, which shouldn't have been checked. So at that point, even though he forgives you, yes, because you are his wife. But at that point in time, trust me, reconciliation, even though you might feel like you've reconciled, he might come back and lay in the same bed with you. Doesn't mean that he has forgotten. You can forgive somebody, doesn't mean that you forget. So at that point in time, that bond is already broken because now he's going to be feeling some kind of way. He's not going to feel fully 100% in. He's going to be one leg in, one leg out. That's practically how it is. But my dear, when it comes to Mr. Nobody on the outside, I could care less. I can tell you I forgive you, but that's just to get you out of my face. It's not because I
Right.
really mean it. It's just because I don't really want to see you. But at that point in time, be rest assured, my behavior will pretty much tell you that it's a no-go area because I don't want you around me or around my life anymore. I forgive you just to get you out of the way so that way you can go and make peace with yourself and then you can move on. But will the person really know that I forgave them or not? No. So they will go and live their normal life, but I will still be bitter on the inside. Is it right?
True.
No. But does it make me happy? Yes.
Yeah.
Because at that point, I don't need to retain that much friends around me. I just retain the circle that I have, which is no friends, and just be by myself. I will only have acquaintance, like I have been told of recent, that we can have acquaintance. So that's what I retain. I retain acquaintance. I don't retain no friends.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. Yes, you can join. The link is pinned in the comment section. I'm actually going to let me inbox you the link so you can join us. You can join us up here. Oh yeah, I'm getting my sis up here. Just give me one moment, you guys. I was sharing the show, but the link is in the comment section. I sent you the link, sis Rose. You can join us. Just click on that link. It should bring you on here. Um, yeah,
Yeah,
Richmond,
though,
I
when they
agree
say
with you.
reconcile is just supposed to be you pretty much coming back together. But that I will only say can happen probably in a husband and wife situation or brother and sister, well, of which some brother and sister might reconcile, but not all. But when it comes to friends, it's not all friends that really reconcile. Majority of them, they don't really care. You messed up with them, depending on how painful the thing is that you did to them, they will not want to come back to you.
I
So tread
agree.
carefully when you push people's buttons, because you never know how your actions could actually hurt somebody else.
Right. Um, so I agree with you. So let me give the actual definition of what forgiveness and reconcile is. So for the sole purpose of um the people on here. Sorry, I'm trying to pull my note. And I'm trying to share the show. You guys share the show, invite people. This I feel like um oh, there she is. Hi, welcome to the show. Hi, Sis Rose.
Hi, my dear.
How are you? Welcome, welcome.
I'm fine.
Yeah, thank you. Go ahead, give your input. Welcome to the show. So, we're talking about forgiveness without reconciliation. If you forgive someone and not reconcile, did you really forgive them? What do you think?
Sometimes, sometimes in life we make a mistake. We all knowing that we make a mistake because as things happen, you may say something you're not really mean to say what you're saying, but that person will take it as an offense. But when you leave from there and you feel the person reaction or the vibe, you will judge yourself and say, maybe the way I talked to Felicia, she didn't accept it or she didn't like it. And if you have a self-conscious and know what it means to be unfair, definitely you will feel it within yourself. So when you meet her the next time, oh Felicia, I'm sorry for what happened. If you tell Felicia sorry and she don't accept it, it's up to her. But once, but sometimes you can forgive somebody and not reconcile.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. You can forgive somebody, not going to them to say, "Oh, I forgive you," just like be friend. You may do something to me deep down in my soul. I will come home and say, okay, you know what? I forgive Reno, but I'm not just going to walk that path with Reno anymore.
Yeah.
As I always say to myself, if I credit you $2 and you don't pay me back, I'm not going to keep it against you. I'm not going to cut off on you, but trust me, I can never credit you again.
Yeah.
No matter what you explain, if I want to help you, I may do so, but not on the line of credit based and no. Because sometimes these things bring hatred. So to avoid those things, you can forgive somebody or all go because sometimes you go say, "Oh, why you did to me? I didn't like it." It make the situation worse than why even it is. So to make it easy, be fair with yourself. If you're forgiving somebody, forgive yourself from the inside and knowing that you did wrong to somebody too. And once you forgive like that, that is really being reconciled with yourself and God. Trust me.
I agree. So, would you say reconciliation, forgiveness, should they go hand in hand? I know you said sometimes you can forgive someone and not reconcile,
Mhm.
but what does that look like if let's just say that for the sake of the argument, right? Let's
Mhm.
just say I did something to you and you say, "Well, I forgive Felicia," or you told someone else, "I already forgive her. I don't know why to worry about it." But and then you and I meet and you say, "Oh, I forgive you." But there was no reconciliation, and let's say I want to try to come back
Okay.
to do
I'm not
restitution.
cutting you off. When I
Uh-huh,
was
go ahead.
praying just now, when I was having my quiet time, I
Mm-hmm.
even thought about the Samaritan woman at the well. To myself,
Mm-hmm.
I usually have my quiet time with myself and discuss my Bible like I'm talking to somebody in the mirror. Okay, for instance, when he met the woman at the well, what did he tell her? He said, "Neither could I condemn you, but go and sin no more."
Yeah.
He said, "Need I could I." Not even mean the Son of God can condemn you, but go and sin no more. Did he go telling everybody that he told that woman everything? He didn't do
No.
it. She was the one going to tell people. So that her forgiveness and reconciliation it is. You, I forgive you, but I'm not going to come and tell you. But when somebody meet me, oh, Felicia, now, oh, I forgave Felicia a long time. It's okay. Because sometimes when you come back to say, oh, it bring different reaction. It leads to different things. If Jesus will come on and tell this Samaritan woman, "Oh, I met this woman the way I told her everything," people will not see it like that. And what he told them, he said, "I know who she is. I don't need you to tell me." So sometimes these things we got to pity ourselves with the doing of Jesus himself, his life. Yes, everything not going to be fair in this life.
Right.
Sometimes your own mind can hate you for something you don't even expect her to keep inside her as your mother. But when you get to know, you say, "Mama, all these years you've been keeping this thing in you because I did this. Can you forgive me?" She will say, "Oh, I forgave you long time." But deep down in her soul, she forgave her, but she will not go that route with her daughter or her son anymore.
Mhm.
So sometimes that's
Sorry.
life. But for me, if
Absolutely.
I forgive somebody, if that's something you did to me better than I would need to talk about it, I would definitely bring it out and we'll talk about it. But that's something I can handle it and not too big and not too pressure. It's okay. Like somebody taking cash from me, somebody I got a boyfriend and you, my friend, you slash. I'm going back and forth for that crap. No, that's something I can handle with myself. I can
Yeah.
handle it myself because if my man trusts me, he will not come to go that route. So for those kind of things, I don't go deep into them. If you know you took money from me as a human being with your self-conscious, you're supposed to pay me back. Then when I take my decision, you say come to reconcile on what ground, what standing? I forgave you, but I rose as a person will never credit you again. I can
True.
help you. I can help you. I will help you. But on the line of credit, it's a no. Mm-mm. So
Yeah, I'll
there's
not even
so
give you
many
line of
ways to
credit, sir. I'll
forgive
leave you
people
hanging.
and reconcile. So
Richmond, you said what?
I said, me, I will not even give you line of credit. At least she even said she will even give line of credit. Me, I will look at you from head to toe and just kick you to one side. Because when I need help, you are not there for me, but yet you want me to help you. That's how our people do now. They always want you to help them, but yet when their time come now for them to help you, that's where they will tell you they have Lord knows how many problems that is in Africa that needed to take care of. But when you had own problem and they needed help, they will not remember all that. So that line of credit to me, she, you will not even see from me. Nowadays, I've become the heartless human being. I don't care if you're family or husband or whatever you are. You won't even get one cover from me again.
Richmond is not playing. 2026, y'all brace yourself for Richmond.
no, but forgiveness is really from the inside. It's not from the outward appearance.
Right.
Forgiveness is truly from the inside. Let be
Right.
frank.
I
So
agree.
so you
I
can't judge
agree.
nobody when they say they forgive you. What are you want to judge it? You cannot see within that person. So just forget that part and accept they forgive you and pray for things to work out between you and them. But maybe it may not be as it was. That's just it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow. Welcome to the show, Peterson. It's good to see everybody on here tonight. I think this is a really great show as we jump into Christmas because a lot of people around this time of the years, that's when everybody's trying to, you know, reconnect relationship and, get into the new year and stuff like that. So I thought this would be a really good thing to discuss as we get into Christmas. Maybe we probably should have done it before New Year, but who knows? But I think it's great that we start on it. So, welcome to the show. I know a lot of people always put forgiveness and reconciliation together, but honestly, it's two different things. It's really two different things. It's not the same, even though it's kind of correlated, but it's two different things. And I just want to hear your input. If I forgive you, let's just say something happened between you and I, right? I forgive you and never reconcile. Did I really forgive you? Because I feel like in our community, we always tie it together. If I say I forgive you, that means you and I need to be close again. It doesn't have to go that way. So if I forgive you and I said, I'm not reconciling for us to reconnect that relationship, I'm just done with it. I forgive you. I'm gone by my business. You stay there. Did I really forgive you?
Thank you very much. Rose, how are you? I'm first time seeing
Uh,
you. So
Yeah,
mhm,
welcome to
that's
the
my big
party.
sister.
Okay.
mhm.
Okay, that's great to see you. And like the
Thank you.
2026 is going to be loaded years. We got some
Yeah, I'm
at
trying to
least we
bring
got
on my big
three
sis
this
here.
year.
They always give me good advice. They're all part
Yeah,
of their I'm a true reflection of all their advices and guidance.
I see. Yeah, I mean, our I call it platform is decorated well. Christmas, you can see the Christmas in it. So
Trying to
that
get
was
all of
nice.
you in the mood.
I yes, I can see that. Thank you so much. But the topic is very nice. It's like it's emotional driving. It's emotional driving, especially approaching Christmas. And if we want to correlate that to Christmas, we'll be like thinking, what was the stance of Christ? Um,
Hmm.
uh, with people. So if you were to bring it after Christmas, I would interpret it different way, especially when I start looking at it. When Richmond said, "Me, I'll not give you line of credit. I want to interpret it different way the way I want to say it."
We can do
But
part two though. We can do part two. Who knows?
so, part two will be so great because
Yeah.
there are a lot of things in the forgiveness and reconciliation.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there are a lot of things in there. But for the purpose of this time, I will look at it like this. Um, yes, within reconciliation, you can see forgiveness. But within forgiveness, it's possible you don't see reconciliation. That's how I understand it. Before I move towards you to reconcile with you, it means I have placed something on hold. May not be necessarily forgetting, may not be necessarily completely, throw it out, but I put certain thing on hold to see what will be the next step before I come to the realization, yes, I truly forgiven this person. So again, reconciliation, you can see that. But for forgiveness, it's possible there will be no reconciliation. I mean, your husband can forgive you, especially when you keep doing certain things. He just say, you know what? I'll just let it go. And we can just move because we have come far, we got children and stuff like this. Or the wife can say, you know what? I already know him. He's like this. He's a womanizer. And nothing I can do to change the one year. So you know what? For my children's sake, we'll just move along. Things that can happen. But it is not that we reconcile. Some women will say, look, I just forgave you for your behavior, but I don't think you myself can do anything. Come on. You have not
Oh,
reconciled. You
I'm not
cannot move
cutting you
along.
off. That
Mhm.
and it comes with trust.
Yeah,
You lean into trust right there, because in relationship, it all based on trust.
yeah.
Relationship is just a three word value: respect,
Mhm.
love, and trust. That's it. Once you find out three things, it going to work. But why it lacking trust and respect and love thing, it not going to work. Why it lacking trust and love, no respect, it not going to work.
Definitely,
So,
definitely. When it comes to relationship aspect, that's
so
it.
that aspect part is a
That
it's a
that is
wide gap.
completely, that's a completely about relationship outside there. But if we correlate that to, let's say, friends or people outside there that have nothing like relationship in common, it's possible you forgive this person maybe because of the past,
Mhm.
and you will avoid them from taking part into certain things along with them.
Yes, it
But when
happens.
you reconcile with this person, it means you want to start new chapter for you guys to move again, you guys to test the water again, whether there will be confidence, whether there will be some level of trust. And like the 48 laws of power says, it better you
Mm,
make friends with your enemy,
mhm.
because
mm-hmm.
if you make friends with your enemy, the enemy is going to do everything possible to gain the trust that the lost wants. But with your best friend, uh, if possible, they don't care, because they will exploit that kind of a connection you have to deep you deeper. So it's just like that. So when you forgive somebody and decide to reconcile with a person, I strongly believe that reconciliation is the top of everything. Forgiveness is good, but true forgiveness is difficult to interpret. I think that Rose was saying that because
Yeah.
it sees in your heart whether you are truthfully forgive me. But reconciliation, I feel, is the top, because if you reconcile with your colleague, it means you try to open new page to say, you know what we did in the past, maybe I put it on hold. I forgave you. Whatever you interpreted in your own heart, that's it. But you're saying, look, I give you another chance. That's what reconciliation brings. I give you another chance. So, yes, it's true that you can forgive and you don't reconcile with people. It's difficult, but yes, that's it. Okay. So, when you forgive it, you actually saying, I will not retaliate. That's what the forgiveness means. I will not
Because to be
retaliate.
frank, reconciliation sometimes it tend to table worse than what it is.
Ah,
Mm.
sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Sometimes,
They
yeah.
bring sometimes. in making things settle, it bring more bitterness. So to hold on to the bitterness for me as a person, if I forgave you, I truly forgave you. But if I ever did what I did that caused that, I won't do that kindness again to bring that. I
Yeah,
can
you
help you
see,
another way, but I'm not going to bring that value or that substance for that to happen again.
Me too.
Yes.
that's the
Maybe
meat. That's
sometimes you
where
may
the meat of everything
sometimes
lies,
you will
bro.
joke with somebody. Oh, look at the dress we're wearing, the dress hanging. And if from the crowd, you don't really mean it. But deep down in my soul, I feel shame and embarrassed. Because everybody turn around, look at me, and who know how they look at me in the heart. And I'm gonna hold it against Felicia just for that common joke. And some all live with that hatred for our friend to death.
Hmm.
Knowing that Felicia even mean what she was saying.
Yeah.
And sometimes I would just call up from Felicia and I would not tell Felicia, I would go tell somebody, why you don't even speak to Felicia? We don't see you coming around. How will I come around when Felicia disgraced me the last time before you? And when Felicia get there, she said, oh, Rose, sis Rose, you know my big sis. I didn't mean anyhow. I was just kidding. Oh, you always doing that. And everybody will be coming with different memories. And when you go look, the whole thing will turn to chaos for things that ain't mean nothing. So sometimes when you forgive somebody within you, just let it go. If the person meets you, oh, you forgive me, say, trust me, girl, I really forgive you. We'll always be girls. And for me, she know me. When you do me something, you can be in the church, be preaching, hallelujah, I will tell you, I said that your bullshit you did, don't never ever try with me. Because the next time you try, I will fix you right there. Me, they know me. All my group, know, they know me well. I don't let one stone go untouched. Every stone out of church, they can go free. They know me. Anything somebody do to me, I don't like it. I tell you right there. I don't even carry a fireplace because
So,
I don't want my luck to be tied down. These are some of the
yeah,
things that hold on to our joy and our happiness. Because if I hate you, whenever you come in the midst, I'm uncomfortable. My face shut up. My laughing color, my smart color. Because I've seen the worst devil ever that God created. And
mm,
you don't want your life to be like that. To be
Yep.
a happy person, you have to learn how to forgive from the inside to be happy. The Bible says the only way to love and to obey and trust. If you believe in that song, trust and obey, that's the only way to be happy in Jesus. You will always find peace for yourself. No man's island. When you forgive somebody, forgive them from the inside. So you yourself can be happy with yourself. But once
absolutely.
you keep somebody inside you and you see me, as long as yes, yes, Rose coming. Okay, I think I got to leave. But finish why you leaving? He said, no, man, I will just leave because I think my son need to go to bed now. You're not leaving because your son want to go to bed because sis Rose is coming. And you don't want to be back with
True.
me. You don't want to see me. You see that? And you're disturbing your
Right.
own happiness, your own self-happiness. You just getting it inside because of me. Why?
I know.
You can't live like that. And me, one thing I can tell people, nobody will take my happiness. Uh-uh. No woman walking the face of the earth will make me Rosa for any reason or any faction. No way. If I credit you, pay me, just know Rosie when I credit you again. Now when I credit her,
That's what that's why Richmond saying there's no crediting. So since we're on this, right? Let's take it from another angle. Thank you so much. Yeah, I agree with you. Let's take it from another angle. Let's look at it. Let's just say, can you forgive someone who never ever apologized? I know Peterson, you try to touch on that a little bit, right?
mm,
So I've been in a situation where with a family member that I just feel like they've never forgiven. They've never asked for forgiveness. But for my own inner peace, I just forgive just because I'm like, I don't want to be in bondage with anything. But I never really sat to have that conversation with those individuals. I just was like, I forgive. If I see you high, bye, and just go about my business. But other people who watch from the outside, um, they might not see me engage in family activities with those individuals. And they assume that I haven't forgiven because, again, that goes back to reconciliation, right? Because when you reconcile, we're getting back to It might not be the same, but we're, in the same space and things are okay. But for me, because you never asked me for forgiveness and I choose to forgive you, I choose to just depart from that area and keep my inner peace. So what do we do with people like that would never ever ask for forgiveness, but you choose to forgive on a quiet side, but then, being African, everybody's in everybody's business because they're like, well, you don't go to this person's house, you don't go to this. How do we how do you handle that? Let's start
Keep them
with
on your
Richmond.
blacklist. Just keep them on your blacklist. It's as simple as that. I don't have time to waste. There is no beating around the bush. You did not ask for forgiveness, and you're acting like you are high and mighty. Well, you are on my blacklist now. You are get behind me, you Satan. That's practically how it is. I don't care.
That's
It's as
why I keep
simple
on
as
saying
that.
forgiveness is on the inside. Because sometimes you
Richmond
even
says so.
call,
Richmond, you just blocked them.
you even call a
Huh?
round table said to apologize, to bring to do anything. Once that person did you something so bad, deep down in their cell, they will say, I don't care how visiting Felicia will not forgive me, or Miss will not forgive me, or my brother over there will not forgive me because I already did him bad. But within you, you know that you forgave them. So that's
So
something that
so
have
you're
our
saying some
cause.
people don't forgive because they've already assumed what they did is so bad to the point that they don't expect you to forgive them, so they just decide not to ask for forgiveness.
Yeah. They just feel like
Wow.
I created this, I caused it. So let me just walk away like that.
Hmm.
Okay, so
Or
this is
some of them just feel entitled. They feel like
Mm,
they are beyond and they are always right, and there's
mm-hmm.
nothing that they did was wrong. So as a
Wrong
result, they don't really care about your forgiveness, and they don't even feel like they even
about your
need to even come and
feelings.
ask you for forgiveness. They don't care about your feelings. And there are a lot of
No.
people in this world that are like that.
So
let
many of
Themselves.
us,
me let me
we
say
don't even
this.
try to respect our own children at home. Some of us we just talk
True.
to our kids anyhow. Go past the saying, go to the. Why you want to talk to your kids like that? Your kids will talk to you like that? No. So don't do it to that child. Show that child love and respect. How was school? How everything went? Was the class okay today? Yes, mommy. And your son will ask you, how was job? That's the routine in my house. When anybody walk through the door, you ask your friend, how was your day? How was school? Mama, how was work? We got to do that every blessed day. That's the routine in my house. Because when you're bringing these kids off, you got to show them how to live with people. These are the things our children like to do. They don't even know how to live with their wives. The wife even know how to live with the husband. Some of us, our husband go to work. We don't even call to check on them. They don't come. Why you call me? You the man. Uh-oh. Why you don't call him? You the woman too.
True. True.
So these things are just ball with the person themselves, the individual that said the way they take things sometimes. Sometimes small things, some people keep it for life. I'm telling you, my brother, I have seen people go to a funeral for small little joke. They take it to, I don't know, God cannot come.
Hmm.
Thing where ain't got no meaning, no flesh, no blood. You just holy. Like brother may say, you holy, oh.
Let's hear from Peterson.
So I see it like this.
Thank you.
Whenever there is a conflict,
Hmm.
whether you're wrong or an individual is wrong, it is incumbent on both of you to release yourself from that burden, that yoke. Whatever the case is, whether I wrong Felicia and I see her as totally in the wrong, or whether Felicia wrongs me, the responsibility lies on us to free ourselves from that yoke.
Hmm.
What is the yoke? What is the burden? The burden of you grieving not to ever hear my voice, not to ever see my picture, not to ever see me anywhere,
Hmm. Not to even hear your name.
not
Talk
to
about hearing your
even
name.
hear my
Nobody see
name.
you.
If
Even
you
when you
see,
hear your
if,
name.
Wow.
if by the time you hear about somebody say Peterson, just like that person, you should chew that person. That's the burden.
Ooh.
That's the yoke you
We're not
take.
discussing Peterson here. Please cut it off.
Yes. So it is
Hmm.
incumbent upon
That's called a trigger. That's
both
pretty
of
much a
us
Yeah.
trigger.
to free ourselves. And how do we free ourselves? Is to forgive ourselves.
That's why I test in the
Forgive
comment
yourself.
first. Have to forgive
Just
yourself
take that.
first.
That look, this was a commotion in the time as he left. Whether you forgave me or not, whether you talk to me or not, I let it go. when you do that to yourself,
Mm-hmm.
you give yourself that rest.
That's true.
So whether somebody tell you, please forgive me or not, first forgive that person and start moving on. That's when you progress. If you don't do that,
You will
you
never get that inward
you
peace.
retire yourself to a lot of stuff, lot of stuff. That's what I say. Forgiveness is with you. You get it. Whether you tell me I forgive you, Peterson, whether what you saying is truth or is lie, everything is with you because it's in your heart. The only thing that is outward driven, the thing that have that kind of a
You didn't ask them
face
for my
mark,
shower?
people will really identify
My soul?
you is
Good morning.
reconciliation.
Good
That
morning.
is the only stuff. So yes, I answer your question. Yes, it's right. It's the right thing ever to do, to forgive whosoever that wrong you or you wrong. First, forgive yourself. Why you ever went into that kind of argument? Why you ever went as a real look? It takes people to get to that area. Your understanding must speak to your move, your step forward in any issue. Your understanding should speak to that. So if you
Mm.
sitting grieving and you don't want to forgive somebody, you don't want to forgive Peterson, and you can't kill Peterson because you don't have any control over that one day. You can't do anything, you don't have any control. Why would you want to suppress yourself? You see?
Right.
I think forgiveness is with you. It is your responsibility. It is not my responsibility to tell you, say, please forgive me before you forgive me. Whether or not you forgive me, it left with you. You live with it. I will be gone by my way, you know?
Yeah.
So that's just how I see that.
I agree. One thing I came to realize, the same people who I feel, and to be honest with you, if I even came across those family member, I would greet them, I would talk to them. But just to put myself in that space, I just don't feel comfortable doing that. But to everybody else around, just feel like, well, if you say you forgive, why are you not? Because we're family. Why are you not doing this? Why are you not doing that? And it's like, no, I don't have to do all of that.
Oh,
Like, I mean, I can forgive them, and it doesn't have to look like, oh,
mhm.
you're my best family member in the world. Sit down to your house, eat, and do all that. No, sing kumbaya. No, no, I forgive you because I really do agree with you guys that once you forgive someone, you release yourself, and things start becoming really better for your life. And I also think like the people that don't ask you for forgiveness, right? Once they see that your life is flourishing from what they're not, they
You will
become super
confess.
bitter
Yep.
because they're like, well,
Yeah.
um, they didn't forgive me, and try to create another distraction to get you on something else so you can get fall back and start worrying about it. And that's why, I was saying in the beginning before you came, this topic is really, I feel like it's about me because this time of the year, I always sit down, try to reevaluate, putting things together, try to figure out, okay, where did I do wrong this year? Where did I do right? Who do I need to forgive? Who did I? And I come to realize this whole year I have nobody to forgive, and I don't think anybody needs to forgive me. I feel like by the grace of God, I live in peace with all men.
Yeah.
I was, I try to do this to get myself, the scripture said, whatever you do, live in peace with all men. And I try to do that with myself. I look at my husband. I was like, did I offend you this year? Did I ever ask you for forgiveness? My kids and things like that. Anybody that I'm around, who did I hold grudge against? Who am I angry with? And I looked around. I'm like, I don't have anyone. And I hope everybody's going to the new year that way. So I just thought this was a great topic for us to discuss
Sure. It's
because
a great one.
around this time of the year, I feel like people put a lot of uh, masks, or in the name of, it's the holiday, the year coming to end. I want that holding grudges, it's not grudges, but I think people should really evaluate themselves properly and then truly forgive. Because when you truly forgive, like you guys said, it really shows on your life. So I agree with that. We have a comment. Brooks said, yeah, respect the child and advise them carefully. Tell them the consequences of each problem they do, and they will understand. I agree with that. I don't know if I should share that, but I'm going to share it anyways. So when I was little, I felt like I didn't do anything bad, but I always got spanked because I was the oldest among my nieces. So whatever they do, I got spanked. So I built this grudge in my heart against my elders because I was like, this is unfair. And I just felt like in the African community, I didn't feel like I could express myself as a child. So I built this resentment and I was so angry to the point where at a certain point of my life, I just cut off communication with everyone. I was like, I don't want to talk to them because when I was growing up, you did this to me, you did this to me. And and I just feel like that's when I became a parent, that's something that I told myself, I want to be able to let my kids know why am I disciplining? Because I just felt like I was being disciplined without any cause, and nobody was explaining to me what I did wrong, and I just felt like I was taking the fault for everyone. So I definitely, I understand that.
So yes, you see, I would say yes. I agree with this phrase. I mean, this statement. It's good that you treat the children respectfully and be able to let them know what they are doing wrong. It's very important. You need to do that because if you discipline a child without telling the child,
I'll mute you, Miss Sis. Just a second. When you're ready to come out, I'll mute you. Go ahead.
so if you want to discipline, if you discipline a child without a reason, you create that kind of confusion in the mind of the child. There will be nothing straight the child, no decision the child will take without thinking whether what I'm doing is right or wrong. You create a doubt and you create that kind of a scenario that child take you to be like you hit them for nothing. So it's not good that you just discipline a child without telling them the reason. But the reason, I mean, like what your the case you just narrated, it was not appropriate by not telling you your responsibility for which they were disciplining you. But they were doing it the right way because you were the older or you were the elder right there, the senior in the house. Whenever my father used to tell me, whenever you are there with your siblings and you are the older, whatever goes wrong, you must be able to justify that you played a role. But they were not willing to listen to you, or they were not willing to stop doing what they were doing when you spoke to them. If you cannot justify that, if you cannot get a reason, and you keep mute, the error is going to assume that you instigated everything because you are influential. So anything goes wrong, you will take the higher portion.
I
Unless
like
you
that.
know this thing was happening, I told this person don't do this, and they did it, and in fact they insulted me. They did. Then they will say, "Why your sister was speaking to you? You could not listen." Then you will exempt yourself from that problem. So that was the reason they were like, "You the
Well,
big person."
I was never given the opportunity to speak. I just felt like, and then I felt like it created, I was this child. So I became so afraid of any adult figure
Uh-huh.
that even if you said something, when you're talking to me, my head is bent. Until after high school, I remember, even my mom now, when she hear me talking, she's like, wow, I never thought you would ever speak. you know, I have to take like these classes for her to help me to be able to, express myself. But I really feel like it does injustice to children. Like you're really teaching them not to express themselves and they're afraid. You should create the environment that they're comfortable to tell you. And I didn't, growing up, if I could be honest, I didn't feel like I had the environment for me to express myself. I
Yeah.
was just like, it was just a dictatorship, and whatever happened, that's it.
That's
You don't
African
have,
scenario.
it was like, you have nothing to say in here. I give you roof, I feed you, and I take care of you. This, if whatever I said, that's it. But now when I look at my kids, like my daughter's 3 years old, and I'm telling her something, she's like, "Mommy, can we talk about it?" I'm like, talk about it? What?
Oh
You know, time has changed, man. So is that being harsh on your child or children, you aren't doing it. Yeah, exactly what we just said. From my point of view, if you don't forgive, it's like carrying the burden of a person. I
true.
agree. I agree. And I think this is why the Bible said forgive 70 times 70,
Exactly.
right?
That's it.
So if you times that, I mean, in reality, if we're being if we're, no one would do something to you and you like forgive them 70 times 70. But that's how much forgiveness was so important that the Bible stressed on that.
Yes.
So we as believers, I'm gonna share. So I watched this documentary 2 days ago. That's the only thing I really can give my time to watching full movies. I can watch movie in 10 minutes. I don't have patience for movie. I fast forward because I want to get to the main part. But documentary, I love it because I'm learning about people life and things. So I watched this documentary. This young lady, she was sharing her story how her father, the title read, Mother to Your Own Siblings. And I was like, hmm, this is interesting and kind of like weird. Like, what? So as I was watching, she was talking about how she had 4 children for her father, and her mom was aware of it.
Oh my
I mean,
God.
this is a trauma trigger, you guys. So anybody watching this, but and she said as they were interviewing her, she was saying how she forgave her father and reconciled, and they were able to go for counseling, and she still see her dad as a dad. Oh my. And she loved her children that are her sibling at the same time. For me, I just sat there and I was like, can I forgive anybody that ever do that to me, let alone like my child? And her mother was there too, and her mother thought that was normal. I mean, it was so graphic. It was too much for me. I had to turn it off because it was too much as they were giving these details of things that happened and the event that happened. And I know it happened in our community. Um,
Oh,
it happens in the African community. It really does.
Of course it does.
It happens so permanently. And, it's crazy that I know someone who went through that. And right now, she had the same age, but mentally, she's like a 15-year-old. Because I think it really messed with your brain and it does a lot to people. I don't mean to bring up all these trauma stuff, but it just goes back. I just couldn't get it how this lady, she's like in her 40 now, how she's come to the place to really forgive her dad. I was like, wow. Anyways,
Just
so
because if she doesn't do that, then at the end it's gonna hurt her, and she's gonna end up killing herself from the inside. So it's better for
yeah.
her to just forgive, move
That's the
on,
place that will come in.
and hope for the best. It's
but she
life.
didn't just forgive her, she's like reconciled. They're
Yeah.
all in the same space. Like,
The
Yeah.
scar
wow.
will be there. Of course, the wound is always gonna be there, but at least
That,
Oh, I took her.
she gotta heal.
she want to
Were
say
you
something.
trying to say something, Sis Rose?
Yeah, maybe she did it all because of the children.
Wow.
It could be
That
that
could be
one of the
true.
reason. She did it all because of the children. Because that gap maybe was affecting the kids. It was too much back and forth.
Mm.
Because sometimes these things we do, this mistake we may affect our children. With us being married, divorced, separated. That's why I can always tell people, if you separate yourself from your husband or your wife or whatever, and you got sole custody of the children, make sure to put in full time. Put in that full time with that kids. Because once the kid is separated, that's a big vacuum. So sometimes some people don't want the separation, they just decide to swallow everything and just bail out because of the
Wow.
kids. Mhm.
I'm finding it difficult to process.
Me
Process.
too. I mean, so to this day, I'm still
It's very
processing
difficult
it.
to process
But
that.
my question to you, how old was she when it happened? When it
She,
started?
I mean, he started doing this to her at the age of 8 years old until she has 4 children for him.
8 years
Her
old.
her
But
very first
um,
child, she had the first child at 16 years old for him.
Were
And
you
the
the
um,
husband
mother
and mom?
knew.
I'm
The
sorry.
mother knew. The mother knew about it and the mother hid it. I was
Oh,
just
okay.
like, this is so damaging. Oh my God.
That's why I say I
So,
think
so
she did it for
this
the
this
kids.
I don't know if that his real biological child or
Mhm.
yeah, because I
She's
still
the oldest. That's his first daughter.
I
And
am
she said, according to the story, she said how her father weaned her into that. He said at first, at 8 years old, he was trying to teach her to be a woman.
Hmm?
And
Hmm.
she had
Where
told
was the mother? Where was the mother to teach
That's the
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 question
mother
child
I
how
was
to
asked.
be a woman?
there.
That
The
that
mother
is dumb
was
and stupid.
there. The mother was okay with it. Oh my God.
Please tell me they are in prison right now.
come on,
Just
man.
tell me they are
No,
in prison.
no,
With it.
they're not.
This
She
is
Hmm.
forgave them. She forgave her dad. This was part of her. She said she was releasing her father. She was forgiving him. And the weirdest thing about it is he's famous.
famous.
He's famous.
Okay, then I understand where he comes from. I understand because
He's famous.
these
He's
people,
African. He's
yes, they
famous.
can do a lot of stuff for foolishness. What they believe in, they can do a lot of stuff for that. So I don't. I mean,
Wow.
that's not a normal thing to discuss anyway. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's not a normal thing to discuss. But actually, what I can say about parent hurting their children and the children stands to forgive parent. I would bring in that scenario and be able to give my own something. I don't want to discuss that kind of
I
a relationship
know.
stuff. But if you hurt your child
Mhm.
or your child hurts you, you should be the first to forgive your child.
Hmm.
I want to say that in my own perspective. Parent and children, whether they are adults, wherever stage they are, if there's something that takes place between both of you people, it is your responsibility to quench that fire and ensure that your child comes to the senses. It is not normal for a child to hurt the parent and say, I will not forgive my father or I will not forgive my mom. I'm not talking about what you mentioned. I'm talking about normal things, something like uh,
Yeah.
something that happened between child and the parent.
Like my situation.
Right, right.
Okay.
Yeah, like your situation.
Yeah.
The parent should be the first person to recognize that, oh yes, I think what happened between my daughter and myself, I think I need to set it right. Because if holding all things constant, you get a lesser time on earth than your child.
True.
I
Well,
mean,
not these days.
I'm looking at holding everything constant, looking at how things. I'm not talking about somebody will go first and anything can happen, right? We know that, but holding all things constant and knowing that I'm an elder and she's, I mean, he is younger or she's younger, you get lesser time on earth, or maybe you're drawing near to your grave as compared to the child. So you must be able to get the child to understand what makes you to do what you did.
Mm.
Even if the child does not understand what you did and she took it out of or he took it out of different context and become to insult you and what have you, After some time, make sure you get things right, and then when child giving their ears to you and be able to explain yourself, it works well. You release the child when you are no more. The child will never live with that bondage.
Yeah, but they shouldn't wait until when they are close to their grave
Exactly.
to be
Yeah.
doing that, because that is not right. And
It's not right.
unfortunately,
You don't.
I've experienced that, and it is not
It's not
fair,
right.
because
It's
at
not
the
good.
end now it's already too late.
It's not good. Be strong, moving and strong, and be able to get things right with you and your child.
Mm.
It's very good. If you don't do that, you create a burden for that child when you are no more. Whatever the case, that child may be retired one way or the other because of what happened. Whether he wronged you or you wrong her, or whatever the case. For the children, they will always understand something their own way they feel that is right for them. While you're thinking about different things, they're thinking about different things. And that's how things will happen between you people. So when that happens, the best way is you, the elder, you sit and see something that the child claims a mount of Mount Kilimanjaro will not see, be able to solve that problem. Then, of course, you get things right. I can say that to you, and I think it's a right thing to do, and for humanity, it's the right thing to do. But if you say you draw a line between you and your child, or you and your children, because uh, they are doing certain things you don't like, you're making mistakes for yourself. And many
I
times,
agree.
that.
I agree. So as we get closer to the closing, I want us to look at this actually. Why do we think people force these people to reconcile? Why is this so much that, yeah, we've talked about forgiveness, we've forgiven, and everybody's good, I'm gone by my business. Why is this so important for people to reconcile? Why do people pressure people into reconciling and, let's go back to the same,
As the
how
same
we
thing we
used to
say.
be? Why?
Nobody
People
knows tomorrow.
people see it like when you come on and speak out, then it being done and said with. But sometimes it's a big lie.
Mm,
So for me, those things that why I say every individual is different. But Felicia is supposed to know me. Every individual is different. That's why I
mm,
can tell anybody, when you make me mad, I tell my own kids. When you do it right, my son went to Sunday school, he behaved in the Sunday school teacher, I pump him right in the Sunday school. Because I read that he did it, I pump him right there. He went to the school, he misbehaved, I straightened him right in the school. He even come, because when you leave my house, the teacher becomes your parents. When you enter that building, you behave. Because
mm,
tomorrow I will not be around when you fall down and you start bleeding. If I can even leave work to get in my car, start driving, it's too late. That teacher could be the one who inspire you, but because of your behavior, she will leave you there to bleed. So we got to get these things straight with ourselves and our children. If we don't get the children prepared for the outside world, that's why all these things go messed up and scatter around here. Because
mm,
sometimes the mother herself, look, when we're small coming up, you know, I do my mom cooking and me spying, oh, I get no honor, I don't want blow the fire, I beat the people, and then so that number two, that I bring water, that number three. I check in my art and doing, oh. Then when she got to the fire, she gave my sister then 3 me, 2 to me, 4 for me. Because me, I the small one, she gave me 1 me. I said, no way. I don't take my food right back to her. I said, Mama, I brought water, I beat pepper, I went for, I said, no, go back to your soup. I meet them, your ate this food. I will not eat it, they gotta come. And that's the kind of person I've been from day one. I don't go beyond though. And she will put, then she can cut to my food. She put in the pan, we eat together. She said, okay, I want more me, go save your food. He said, if I said, fair. You got to learn how to speak up when these things happening. Don't be afraid of your parents. I mean, most of us today, we so blind to so many things with our parents. We don't even know what our parents like, what they don't like, what they dislike, because we too scared. I've never been afraid of my parents. I don't have no fear. I respect people, but that accent of fear is not in me. It
My own, I have
never been in me.
100% fear. Oh. I have 100% fear for my
No,
father.
I don't fear
Because
nobody. Oh. She know
I
me.
grew up, because my own is military. So
Huh?
that at that point, it's a whole different ball game. When you see Koboko, and you see electric wire, then you tell me that you're not scared. Let me see how you not be scared.
You see what it
You say not scared.
You see, electric wire.
No, when I say scare, I'm gonna do something wrong. Like my siblings, ask them when we go pull water from the well, we go get water from the well. I always leave them there. They'll go up in front, talking in the nose, maybe draw like 8 bucket, 6 bucket, and they'll be there talking. And we're supposed to water the flower. I will do my choice. Draw my water, come water my flower, do all my little thing, and set in my corner. And when daddy come, I speak out. I said we started drawing water on time, but they sat down to the well and play. And when my daddy go, they will pump at me. But I was never
Yeah.
afraid to speak out. That's the kind of person I've been. I just didn't be afraid. No
That's
way. That
good.
fear, I don't know, it ain't in me. But some people just even afraid of their own parents. You know that?
Yeah.
The
It
own
depends
parents, when
on
they
the
see their parents
parents
coming, they're
anyway.
shaking.
It depends on the
So,
parents. A son will
Yeah.
always be scared of his
So
father.
when the children grow in that fear to even express themselves out there, they're scared. They go to school scared to ask questions. They're afraid. If their friend will laugh at them, if the English correct or a backward, a straight word, they're scared to speak out. And these are the things American people call abuse.
mm,
You got to
mm.
let people to speak out.
That's a topic that I want us to actually
And
talk
when people
about.
don't
What is
speak
real
out, they become
abuse?
like a fool, like a mumu. Nigerian may say mumu. Always learn your child to speak out. Don't just let the children come to school and the teacher say this. We got to learn our children to speak. I always tell my children, I say, speak out. I don't cook what my children don't want. I don't cook what they don't want. Before I go in the kitchen, I go to the grill, I ask them, what you want me to cook? What you want me to buy for snacks? I ask them, even my older son, you, I'm gonna bring something for you.
Hey.
You got to make the children feel your presence and that
They
love.
don't
Then
make
they
you
will grow up
overspend.
loving you.
I will give that to mothers. Unfortunately, sorry, that does not work for me.
Why?
So
It
I
does
want
not
us
work
to
for
come
me.
back to the topic a little
Because
bit,
that's
you
how you
guys.
spoil a child.
Let's
You
keep
spoil a
on
child
this.
that
You
way.
know
When
what?
you give them too
No,
much
no, no,
options,
no.
they
No,
take it
no,
to a different level.
no.
Let's
Mm-mm.
I agree with you guys, but I want us to come back to the topic really quickly.
I want
Mm-mm.
to, yeah, I want to ask you a question.
Why? Because we're about to close.
Yes, I want to ask you.
Why is it so important for people to reconcile?
That's where I
Why?
want to be. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's
Why is it important?
the
To
question
gain
I
that
want to answer.
trust. So just to gain that trust again. That's all.
Okay, so I
This
see
is
it
like,
this way, right? I see it this way.
uh-huh.
I mentioned that when you have a confusion, when you have problem with somebody, you already created a burden for yourself. Whenever there's a problem between you and myself, we live, we do everything on this show. Whenever there is a problem between you and myself, you don't want to see me any longer. Whether I'm good with it, I don't care to see you, but you will start thinking that, especially going to be hurting you, that, oh, I don't want to see him. And I may be there, I don't want to even see her. In fact, I start fighting your post on Facebook. When I see it, I just want to delete it. You don't care. Your attention not there. You don't even know what is going on, right?
That's
And
true.
you
Mm-hmm.
battle yourself with that. That internal conflict,
That's what
it
they call
helps
it.
to
Mhm.
suppress your health, to
Your head,
suppress
your inward feelings.
it completely spoil you to yourself, and it make you worthless to yourself. So you
Mhm.
forgive, you release that particular burden, that tension on yourself. That's the main reason why you should forgive.
Mhm.
You take that burden out for you. Now, forgiveness side of it is that why it is important for reconciliation. It is very important for reconciliation to give chance
Mm.
for second time to be able to work on the pitch. Let me tell you something. Let me say this.
Mm-hmm.
When you reconcile, if there was a confusion between you and John Brown,
Mhm.
John Brown um have his own sophistication, have his own value. You have yours.
Mm-hmm.
But there were certain things you could not agree with, and you guys, talk so, and there was serious commotion, and you could not speak to each other, but you decided to forgive each other. And
Mm-hmm.
now you decide to reconcile.
Yeah.
You are tapping into the value of John Brown by that reconciliation. John Brown is tapping into the value, into your value by that reconciliation. He will be free to even professionally ask you for some things. Likewise yourself, you will be free to even ask. Oh man, I try to go to Miami and say I need this. I want to talk to this person. John will say, oh no, okay, I know somebody there. When you get there, talk to this person. And I can tell you this, without communication, without connection, you fail to succeed in many things. So it could not be you, it could be him. It could not be him, it could be you that get contact anyway. So when you reconcile, number one, you get the opportunity for second chance. Number two, you open the gap of your own, I call it, reach. You open that gap. You're able to go beyond where your limitations stop, to go further, because you're going to get to the other person. And the third thing is that person will make everything possible to build that confidence.
At times, sometimes.
Thank you. Sometimes.
Sometimes with some people,
It's not all the time. Some don't care.
No, that's why I say reconciliation. Look, the common ground. The common
But I
ground
like his faith. At least I like his belief.
trying to gain a trust. That person
I like his faith because at least he's keeping the positive, but there's negative to it
just
too.
trying to gain that trust. So when you going back in that gap to get that man or that woman that trust, you should know what you're standing on, what you're depending on to put them
We're
back
talking
in
about
that
relationship now. I'm not talking
No,
about
I'm not talking about relationship.
The person's body language will tell me if I can trust them or not.
Look,
we're talking
I'm
about
talking
gaining
about okay.
that's
For
it.
example, Cecilia and Felicia, you have some colleagues at job. For example, I'm just giving this example. You have colleagues at job, and everybody is sophisticated into their own role they play. You have problem, and that problem you have, it keep you people away. Out of time, you forgive each other. You don't speak to each other, even though you forgive each other, but you don't communicate, you don't associate with each other. Will it be possible to get your wish through when you want to do certain thing that this person is perfect in it? Is that possible?
Because now ego just got in the way.
It's never possible. Now, when you reconcile, where you had a time and you get somebody, oh look, guys, I know you guys already get this thing going and everything is over. I think it's time that you guys see your coexist once more. And then you agree, oh yes, just forgive. I've already forgiven you. We can move together. Will you be able, if you were to handle certain thing and you don't have that technology and that person has, will you be able to communicate that with that person and that things work for you? No. It's possible that it works.
I will communicate only because it's business. That's only business transaction,
Well,
nothing else.
what if they hinder you and say, well,
what do you want from the person?
Yeah, they don't want
Then you find another person. Then you find another person that it's not only one person that does the job now. There's other people in the world that can do the same job
Let
too.
me tell you one thing. Me and you can make the best argument, the worst argument on job. But when it comes to the white ethic, you gotta give me what I want to get my job done. It's not
No, they don't have to if it's something that
once they in the work. No, if it's within the work ethic, we gotta get it done.
Well, I think you
Money
guys are not
talks at that
understanding
point.
him. Hold on one second. I don't think you guys are understanding what Peter
Trust me,
saying.
we understand. I understand him loud and clear.
So let's say I know a skill, right? I know a skill, and I have connection outside. And in order for you to complete your project, you need that contact person.
Right.
And this is not something that's required by the job or whatsoever. It's just a contact I know that could help you get it done.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. That's what
But now you've heard that I have that contact, and they're like, well, somebody is manifesting saying, well, the last time she provided this contact to me, they were very helpful for me. So now you need it, but because we did not have restitution, we didn't reconcile anything. So you can't ask me. Or if you ask me, because I myself too, I want to be big and bad, tell you no, I don't have it. So the time, even though you can find someone to help you, but the time it would take for you to allocate that person it would be longer and you might reach your project time span. You may have already, instead, if you knew me and you could get the information, I give it to you, get it done and gone.
Besides,
Instead,
Richard,
yeah,
besides, when
And you don't know at
you
that
know
point
the
you'll feel
person,
like you're using them.
like somebody is coming
Look,
from the state coming to Calgary, right? And
Mhm.
then because you and I had problem, or let's say because you and that person had problem, and you guys just forgive each other, you are not reconciled and nothing like that. The person need setting a system here,
Yeah,
and you know perfectly well I can help. Now you could get my contact to the person, and the person just called me. I keep saying, who is this person and what have you? But the time you take to say, oh, Peterson, I have sis Rose coming there. She's my sister or she's my friend, and she will need some assistance for you. I would really appreciate if you can help her. That kind of assistance, that kind of attention will not be like somebody just call me on phone and say, oh, I'm coming down there and somebody give me a contact. I want you to help me. You
yeah,
understand the point?
right.
So whenever you settle something with somebody, if the person have a contact, if the person have a means to assist you from somewhere that you have no connection, you stop yourself. If you don't, even if you get a contact from, let's say, Google, because everybody can check on Google, they will place you the same way you call them.
Right.
Then the person, your friend that you have problem with, taking a call and say, oh, my man, I have somebody coming down there and this person is a friend of mine and we are colleagues. I really need you to help if you can in any way. It is not Google. It is somebody you know. It
Yeah,
is
somebody's already recommending you, and because that relationship got you something else. So
a
yeah,
good
I hope you guys get where he's coming from
And
now.
it also depends on exactly what you did to the person, though, or what the
Oh,
person
you
did to you.
negative
Because
Nancy's.
no, sorry, it's reality. Because at the end, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. It is reality.
you two persons
Hmm?
No,
every
I
night.
agree, Richmond. I think there are some people you shouldn't reconcile with. Some people are not. Like, even if you
It's
have
a some
everything in the
people.
world, I'm not reconciling with you.
It's some people. Some people is a different thing.
Yeah, I can help because it's the same way with me, right? There's so many enemies that I've created because at the end they've hurt me, they pissed me off, and I chose not to even reconcile with them. That doesn't mean that I'm not gonna help you or help whoever is around
Well,
because
that's
nobody
you.
knows
You're
tomorrow. But
different.
I don't
Some
need
people
to
are different.
reconcile with you to resolve that. So it's just life.
True. True.
So,
Oh man, this was an interesting one. Our co-host just pop in. What do you? We're
he
about to
has to
close. What
come.
you got a
He has to
question for
come.
you?
That thing on there, he has to come.
Well, it's an interesting topic, actually. Thank you to all of you guys on the show. I mean, it's
We're
an
gonna
interesting
have part
topic.
two. We're gonna have part two. Peter said you have to help us word it.
We have to. We have to.
Let Peter move on there, yeah, man.
okay, my
You
beautiful
not
people
here.
are
Come,
asked to
come.
leave.
Oh,
Get out
hold
too.
on, hold on a second. Miss Rose, give your closing before you leave, please. You can't just leave us like that.
That's why I said. That's why
But,
I kind of.
but actually, Rotten to leave. She can't wait. Everything talking about is that Rotten to leave the
No,
last.
she
You
won't
rush
go
it.
sleep. They will
Yeah,
more
no,
gotta
and
work early.
so you wait. Yeah, go ahead, says Rose.
Oh, okay. I would like to say I'm very, very happy and proud of you,
No,
my
I
sister.
will ban you. Rose will not speak
Oh
until
my
I'm
god.
speaking. No,
Okay,
no, they're not fair. She's not talking today.
okay, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go
Enough
ahead.
fair. Okay, me change. Yeah, me
Okay,
No,
aware
go
from
she
it.
ahead.
closing. You keep later or more
No, let
close.
him go ahead. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
But Andrew, you're
I,
not
I,
closing, right? I see you stay on
I
Don't
the
mind
will,
stage.
him.
I
He
will,
playing around. Don't mind him. Go ahead.
I will open your clothes. No, go ahead, Rose. Go ahead. Go ahead.
He's
Okay, I
joking.
was
He's
like,
joking.
I've been watching you, following you online, but this is my first time joining your live. And I'm really, really proud of you. I pray that your awesome dream come true. And I want to say thank you to all our brothers out there for supporting our sister and daughter. We say we hope that the dream of her become a very great one. And I'm so
Thank
happy to
you.
be part of the show this night. I love you all. Merry Christmas and happy holiday.
Thank you. Thank you so much
Bye.
for coming. Yeah,
You're
you're
welcome
always
so
welcome
much.
here.
Thank you, my love. Good
All
night.
right. Good night.
You're
Co-host,
ready for me now?
yeah, it's to you now.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, that's a beautiful topic. Sorry. I mean, at this kind of time, I'm running off from work. That's the reason I got to join. I will get pretty busy. But in passing, I heard something about the topic. I think what did she say on the topic on the flyer? It said, "Why can you without reconciliation if you forgive, but you do not reconcile?"
Yeah.
Well, if you cannot forget, why you didn't reconcile?
No,
If
you
you
forgive, but you never reconcile. Did you really
yeah,
forgive
that's what
the
I'm seeing
person?
now. That's what I'm seeing
Mhm.
now. What you forgive, if you can't really reconcile with the person, what are you forgiving?
Hmm.
So,
So
so
you
you
think
see,
they both go hand in hand?
I believe both go hand in hand because reconciliation in itself is accepting what both of you did, you know, putting it behind you. That's what they call reconcile is to agree. Reconciliation means agreement. And and like those all account from the foreign background, the CFO is over the PDS in the understand. But anything you talk about reconciliation, it's telling you must agree. So if you forgave me, that means you are not agree with certain thing. If you no, so both should go in hand, no matter what the situation is. Both
Hmm.
should go in hand. That's my take on it. Because you cannot agree in oneness and you say, "Oh, I forget the person," but you cannot agree with the person. That means you see the person, you're not going to embrace the person. It should not be the worthy black hat. It should not be the someone who say the cow poo, friendship, something. No. If you decide to forgive somebody, you forgive the person and you reconcile your differences. This is why I reconcile your differences. So whatever I said before to you, or whatever I did to you before, because in reconciliation, it says, bring everything on the table.
Hmm.
Bring everything on the table. Discuss it. But if you don't bring everything on the table and you brought few on the surface and you left the other one at the bottom, and then at the end of the day, you see me, you still have something in your heart for me, then I say a deception. So reconciliation is bringing everything from on the ground, bring it on the table, discuss it, take it from your heart and say, look, let's go. And for me personally, I, I'm unable to hold something in my heart for people. I can hold it for a moment, but the moment I see you and I tell you about it, you will no longer hear me talking about it again. That's me right there. If I say I forgive you, I'll let it go. You will not hear me talking about it. If I'm talking about it in passing, is that I'm just setting as an example something as well. Fee or Peterson did something to me last time was I will use it as an example, but I'm not going to use it to hold on to it that well, he did this to me, so I will not reconcile. So if you will not be in agreement with what we did, then you say you forgive me, then you just continue to go. Don't come pretend. That deception is hypocrisy and it have no place in the modern world. I thought to share that one. I'm waiting for the bad blast to come.
Well, I just have my question. So if I forgive you, well, let me ask this. Maybe I'm not understanding clearly, right? Or maybe I didn't understand what reconciliation really is. Based on what you're saying, I'm seeing it from a different angle now. So if I say I forgive you and I don't want to reconcile and be in your, is it the same like me not wanting to be in your space? Like just staying by myself and don't want to be on the same, like I forgive you, I'm done with it, but I don't trust you anymore for us to be in the same setting that we were. Would
No,
is that different from reconciliation? Maybe I'm not understanding it right.
well, it seems to be hypothetical. From my understanding,
Okay.
it seems to be hypothetical because you have your right to stay in your space. You can reconcile with the person. You bring
Uh-huh.
everything on the table. You have discussed it, and you forget it. You forgive the person. You reconcile your differences. You trash it up. But because you don't want to get a recurrence, so you try to be avoid the person. Avoidance may be okay. That's a wall. You want to avoid the person to stay in your space because you don't want for that to happen. But that doesn't mean you have not forgiven the person. You are forgiving the person, and you because you don't want that to happen again. You try to avoid the person. That one is understandable. But in an event wherein you say, "Well, I forgave the person," but you don't want to because, see, like I said, that word reconciliation is to be in agreement. It's agreement,
Okay. Of what
understanding,
happened,
bringing
right?
together of what
So
happens.
wait. You're agreeing about what happened, and you agree that you're gonna just drop it. Is
I
that what I
drop
heard?
it. Yes,
Okay.
I drop it. It's no longer in my heart. But it's optional. I choose to stay in your space. It's optional. If I want to come in your space, I come in your space. If I don't want to come in your space, nobody gonna tap me on it. It doesn't mean it's in my heart. You know, you throw your party. If I want to go there, I go there. If I don't want to go there, I won't go there. That is optional. But in deep down in my heart, I know I have forgiven you. But probably I will not want to reoccur because you know why? People, you forgive people, you reconcile your differences with them, and then sometimes they go, they still do the same thing to you. And then you say, oh, well, the thing you didn't nothing not do it again. So to avoid it, you sit in your space. But deep down in your heart, you forgive the person, whatever, but because you don't want to reoccur, because see, it's good to maintain the friendship and relationship to be maintained than disrespect. So once their disrespect start to come inside continuously, oh, when I do it, Peterson will forgive me again. When I do it again, Peterson will forgive me again. Then it will not be good. So to avoid it as an individual, you keep your distance, you keep your space, because you don't want for some such thing that will do to happen to you. But again, reconciliation has to do with agreement, bringing everything on the table, put all the cards on the table, your all the do's and don'ts, you talk about it, and you trash everything down. That is why we call reconciliation, in my own understanding. Forgiveness,
Okay.
you trash everything. Yeah.
Okay. Because I was just looking at it from a standpoint where, like you said, it's two people agreeing, restoring, right? But I thought that was the process of rebuilding that trust and wanting to, like get back to normal, how things were. That's how I saw reconciliation. But I get where you're going with that. You guys are
No, for
quiet.
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Peterson.
when a professional person is speaking, especially on an issue like this, they draw the scenario as per their level of how they can understand it best and try to pass the information that you understand in that way.
Right.
When you reconcile with people, is to make things right, like you said. That's perfect. But the other side to it, I see it is when it's possible that you forgave somebody and you care less to mingle with a person. It's possible. Now, what's the possibility? The possibility comes in a way that you feel that, you know what, since indeed this since Andrew and myself had an issue every now and then I think about Andrew, I keep getting this. It better I let myself know that we are all human. I mean, we can err, so we should let it go. You can do that without you saying, Andrew and myself will still go have a dinner together. You can do that without thinking that, oh, without you saying, okay, you know what, Andrew and myself will still go on trip together. Now, that aspect is another upper step to forgiveness. That is the aspect I said, I think I've been saying it on the show. It's the biggest part. That is the meat of the entire forgiveness and living. So that aspect is giving chance to rebuild your relationship. That is reconciliation aspect. When you reconcile with somebody, you are agreeing with that person that even though we had our past, we let it win. Now we can what? Coexist again. We can move like before. We can give each other a chance again. We can build a trust. We can move ahead. That is the
Yeah.
reconciliation aspect. That's what reconciliation brings on the table. If you don't reconcile, you would not have the face to tell somebody, hey, to even call and check on the person. If you don't reconcile, you will not have the face to do that. You will not have the intention to to even say, oh look, that I will call Andrew as my man. Now you say, oh, you got to start my deal. I will not be able to do that because what? I just feel that even though we did something, we forgive each other, but we are not moving like friends again. So when the reconciliation takes place, that's the say it's a mean area. When it takes place, they take our forgiveness, our healing process to another level. And that level is taking us now It's a level that we can re-cement our activities, our relationship, and stuff like that. I mean, that's how I understand it. From the financial perspective he mentioned, is clearly the fixing aspect of it. Because when we agree on something and then we fix it, that how we get moving. But yeah, I can agree he can agree with me. Say yes, we do the right thing. Go ahead and do it. And he doesn't care. He said, "Well, man, saying we did that and that, what I call. I mean, I gotta keep my cool. Yeah, even though I have no thing with him, but I gotta keep my cool. I mean, we are not reconciled.
True.
That's why I could say to that. But I think they're working hands in hands.
Okay. Well, I learned a
Yeah,
lot
see,
tonight. Thank
at
you,
least for me, I
bro.
would literally say that in order for that reconciliation to happen, it's not going to happen overnight.
Yep.
First thing first is always going to be forgiveness. Yes, you forgive the person, but at the same time, it might take you a month, it might take you two for the reconciliation to come about, because it's one thing to say, sure, let's reconcile. It's another for the person to decide to stab you in the back right on the spot, and then things even get worse than what it originally was. So it's going to take some time, but it also comes down to body language, because the body language determines how exactly that reconciliation is going to take place. Because if I come to you and I say, okay, you did this to me, your body language is going to tell me if that reconciliation is actually going to take place or not. So that's something that we
Yeah.
also got to pay attention to, the body language. That's the
Do you
biggest part that determines how it all turns out.
I agree. So, do you think once you tell somebody you forgive them, they automatically expect you to reconcile and go back to fine time?
Sure.
Yeah, they usually expect that, but that is pretty much where they fail, because
Should
if I
you
tell you
should
that I
you
forgive you doesn't mean that I forget. It's gonna take me a little while for me to finally let go, because the first thing, yes, I'm forgiving you because I want to see if I'm gonna get my peace from there. But then it's gonna take me a little while because you've already offended me. You've pretty much broken that glass at that point. You've broken the trust that I had for you. So I'm not gonna just regain that trust overnight. It's gonna take me a little while. You're gonna have to make it up to me, build up that trust before we finally say, okay, now we are back to the way we used to be.
right?
That's just
So
it.
the reason I asked that, right? Let's look at it. I know we're supposed to close, but let's look at it from a husband and wife perspective, right? Wife or husband, whoever cheated, right? And the expectation is that if you choose to stay in the relationship, the husband or the wife, whoever was at fault, feels like, well, you forgive me. Why can't we go back to normal? Like that expectation. So, do you think that should be something that's discussed, that is fully disclosed? Like, hey, you did this. I don't know how long, but this is how I need time.
I look, the issue about husband and wife or lovers. Let me just say that for
Yeah, lovers. Yeah.
lovers, lovers issue. I cannot look at it in this context we're discussing, right?
Okay.
It's a different context because you know what cements lover is not just talking. It's
True.
it's deeper, right?
Work.
It's
You gotta
deeper.
put effort. Lots of
Yes,
work.
you have a lot of things into it before your wife or your husband believe that yes, she has forgiven me or I have forgiven her. Okay, or she has restored my trust or he has restored my trust. That's a complete different thing. So if we were discuss about that, it is something we will put in the context of it to discuss because if I can forgive or my wife can forgive me and feel that even though I forgave him and we're moving, but I don't trust him. But we
Yeah.
still live together. Do you know that lovers can? I don't trust you, but we can still live together and live life. Yes,
Absolutely.
but
Absolutely.
a friend, if you don't trust your friend, you can't move with your friend. Once you declared, you come to the conclusion that I don't trust Peterson. No matter what happened, in fact, you will not want to see wherever Peterson is because what he have broken the trust you have. But it's not your husband. It's not your wife. You can say, Lord, you know what? All what you talking, I forgive, but I don't trust you. You guys will still sleep on the same bed You will still cook the food you eat together. You will still go for grocery.
It depends though, because some of them would actually separate. Now that there's a thing called separation, you can be somewhere else and you don't have to see that person. So that sleeping on the bed will not happen.
That will still be a movie there. No, Richmond, if you lost the trust for a friend of yours, you will not give that friend any responsibility to perform that represents you. No way. But if you don't trust your wife, if you say, "Look, they send it to me, I don't trust you," you will still give her money to go buy the children clothes. You still give her money to go buy food and cook, and you bring them to the table, you said you eat. So
True.
that's
You know,
No, I will not. Because me, I know fully well I do that. I will not. If I lose trust in you, I will not even eat your food. Talk less of even speaking to you. I can go for a whole 3 months without even talking to a person.
Speak that way.
I told you, me, I'm crazy. I'm a different breed.
The Westerner will sit here and say, "I don't trust you, I don't trust you," but still they go to dinner with that person.
Me, it took a while. Even my wife can attest to it. It took me like literally 5 months before I started talking to her and even eating her food. She was
Okay. So you see,
because me, I can do it too.
That's an individual difference. But
right.
the point I want to put is what we're discussing, it does not fit in the context of lovers, because lovers issue is in different category. What we're discussing, they kind of about trust or they kind of about forgiveness, and you don't forgive, you don't reconcile, but you still move. It's like friends, meeting with friends, and you move with friends, and you and friends, your work colleagues, things like that is a different thing. Because these people, when you have problem with them, definitely you lost communication with them. You will not want to see the ground they walk on. Nothing like that you would do. You can tell a child, "I don't trust you, my man." But still, you can take that child can go to school and say, "Daddy, they say my school fees so and so." You can still send the money to the child. But even though you have said you don't trust him. So you see? So I mean, that's how I understand it. But it could be different though, but that's my understanding about that.
Awesome. Well, we've come to the end. Let's get everybody.
Their co-host is working too much. You gotta tell him, man.
The man named Mokofi right now.
You want a is it a Remo guy? You want
guy. Oh, you know Basa too?
I'm from Nima County.
So you see, I have my Nimanian people here. I'm mixed, so I'm Nimanian Basilian.
Oh yes.
But I know nothing about Nima Kante. Don't even ask me. I know zero.
Yeah.
But I plan on traveling to Nima Kante. Everybody says it's nice over there. I want to go see it.
Oh yeah. After Maserati, the next cool area you can see Nima.
Nice.
In fact, some places in Nima you get there, you say no, you better be around here.
Ah. I need to purchase a property there then.
Oh man, it's gonna be cool for you. Seriously.
Yeah, I need to purchase. When I hit LIB, I'm gonna travel to 3 different counties, and Nima is on my list.
You're gonna like it down there. It's very downtown. You get a downtown, you're gonna like downtown San Diego. You're gonna like the place.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, let's give our closing, and we call it a night.
Let me hit. All right. Thank you guys. This topic was very nice. We will discuss these topics, and that will be on the context of a real world, view from my end. This one I'm not going to relate it to. Maybe Richmond myself be strictly to the bullet to be strictly.
You and Richmond are going head to head.
Yeah, it's not going to be like this with Christ-like forgiveness, because 70, you forgive the person says starving you, but the Bible says we should do, they will do it. So it's a complete different stuff. But it was a nice show, and I really enjoy Rose when she came with a disciplinary action. Stare. That was good to the minds of everybody. Sometimes they say when you love a child too much, you can't discipline a child. But some parents, they are strict to the bullet. So I love that piece of it. But yes, It is my own opinion that it's possible you forgive and you don't reconcile with the person, even though they move together to make things better. But possible somebody forgive, and that is um, you and somebody have gone into problem, and by that alone, you have that burden. You move with that burden. One of our traditional musicians from Nima says, "What will you find if in a hit that you told the load of hate? Whenever you hear the person, you are burned up, okay, and you keep saying your gut keep growing out of that hate. What will you get out of that hate? So
Mhm.
I really admire his music. That come to say, whenever you guys do something that's a burden on both of you, so when you forgive, you relieve yourself. That's the important. That's the reason why it's important to forgive. When you forgive somebody, you take yourself from that kind of a tension. You release yourself from that. And also, reconciliation is key. To me, the meat for me is reconciliation. Because if you reconcile with somebody that you have had problem with, what happens is you create an opportunity for new beginning. Okay, you create an opportunity for a new beginning. You create the page that somebody will be able to prove themselves whether what was done in the past was bad or was intentional or was by mistake. You will find that. So indeed, it's good. If you forgive me, please let's reconcile. Let me reach out to you. Hey, look, we did this. Well, even though I forgave you, but I want you to forgive me and we can move again. We can do things normal. We can start new beginning. That would be good. As we move towards the Christmas, the birth of Christ, let us move with new hearts, move with new
Yeah.
energy, move with new spirit. Let us invoke this the goddess spirit and think that yes, we are. We are human, we can err and we can forgive each other. And I would like to close on that. Have a great one and Merry Christmas. Even though I know maybe we'll be here tomorrow, I don't know.
Yeah, we're here tomorrow.
Okay, but Merry Christmas to all of us. Yeah. I my week was very bad, very rough from the beginning. I want to
Oh,
close with that. It was
sorry.
very bad for me. My little brother passed up. Was very
Oh no.
and was I did everything I could, taking to the hospital and what have you, but that's what God says. So he lost his life, took him up, we bury him. And so, yes, I can say condolence to all my family members. But
Oh, my condolences.
yes,
Man.
you just have to have
Condolences to your
that heart,
family.
that heart that, yes, we are all strangers on the earth, so there's no need to keep malice. Each time somebody close to me pass up, I just think that what is said, I will feel that I should not forgive this person. When one
Yeah.
day, when one day people may say, "Oh yes, he was here," so what else is in the life we live? So it's just better we just live the life and just say, "God, that's it. If I done something to you, forgive me." As we go here, everybody listening to me. If I done something to you, forgive me. As we move to New Year, and just reach out to me. Just say, "Look, Peterson, you did this to me. I'm very sorry for whatever." And Merry Christmas and happy, prosperous 2026 to everybody out there. Thank you so much. I will end it.
Thank you so much. I'm so sorry for your family. Wow.
It
That's
was so
tough around this time of the year. Anytime is tough, but man, yeah, my condolences and may he rest in peace. Um, oh man. Can we take a moment of silence?
yeah.
Yeah, let's take a moment of silence.
Thank you.
You're welcome. we truly don't know what anybody's going through,
Yeah.
unless you talk about it, may God, keep you guys solace and, you know, this year's was really tough. There's a lot of death this
Yeah.
year. I went to like 3 funerals this year, and that's why this topic is very important. Forgiveness is
So,
so important. We live, my husband and I was actually talking about something yesterday, and a co-worker of mine, she was trying to get her body done,
hmm,
and she was planning her birthday badge for March. I think March or January, something like that. But she's paid for everything, and then went to go get her body done, never came back.
hmm,
Never came back. And we were talking about it, and my husband was like, this frame that we're also worried about, it's gonna get right under the ground. Like, why are we so worried about it?
I'm telling you.
Like, just anybody out there. I mean, I really want to start like a young girl, youth thing, and just talk to people. Like, your body is powerful. You can do anything with it. I try to console myself because at some point I was gaining weight, and I never thought about that because I know, like, my body, you can get your body to wherever you want it to be. It's just, you just have to be consistent and disciplined and, watch yourself. But people that are watching and, thinking about all these things,
Hmm.
it's not even worth it. It's not worth it. They're burying her next week,
Oh my God.
and I'll be going to the funeral. Um, I'm just like, there's a song. Um, it's called, who sang this song? I can't really. Oh, Legacy. It's called. I wanna be a legacy. Where will they remember me? One
Hmm.
day when I go. I really like that song because that song, like, whenever I listen to it, it really recharged me. Because what would people remember you for? All the great things. She was a nurse and she did a really good, help on a lot of surgeries and stuff like that. But the only thing that's remembered right now,
She wanted to alter her body.
yeah, like,
That's the kind of a thing that is left on the minds of people.
anytime her name is mentioned, like, oh, that's lady that died from doing her body. Like, that's all people are going to remember now. So, I just thought I'd share that, as the year is ending, we're all thinking about different things, planning and doing that. But truly, we should just be thinking about waking up tomorrow morning, you know, just praying. And yeah, we can have faith for all that, but how do you know? You know. So I send my prayers to your family. I know you try everything, and it's just like, you just feel like, why? And I think I don't know if you're on the show here. I share when we had the discussion about, family member that wants stuff from you, right?
Yeah, I was here. We talk
Yeah.
about that. Right. We talk
So I,
about
I don't know if you guys remember, I discussed about a family member that wanted money from me and all
it.
that. And I
Mhm.
helped. So I was so upset 2 days ago. Come to find out, all the money that we spend, my husband was really mad because we spent a lot of money on just that. I mean, I don't think any money is worth anybody's life, but for people to make that sacrifice and you yourself not make the sacrifice is really kind of like,
Yeah.
you know. But anyways, long story short, the person that we helped to heal them and come back, apparently choose to not go to the last treatment, and now their entire leg is rotten,
Oh
like
my God.
gone back to like how it was. And it's just like, why? And then I'm asking questions, and all I'm getting is, oh, I thought I was fine, so I went to go
He-
do this. Yeah, he wasn't fully healed. Started drinking, smoking. I used to hear the news, and I would ask, and he said, no, it's not true. Until my other little sister said, no, you have to see this. And when I saw him, it's
Wow.
like, I really don't think he's gonna live. I mean, like the level where he's at, but we just pray. But he's just laying there. He can't move anymore. Back to a vegetable
Oh
state.
wow.
Yeah, he's just back there. And I'm just like, why? Like, why would you do this to yourself? Why? It just, I'm just in this because I just feel like people, I think sometimes people think when you say things, it's just like you're just complaining. But it's like you have to love yourself. People really have to love themselves. And you have to love God and put God first. And, you know, yeah. I mean, I really think any day from now, we're going to hear something. Because what I saw, because that's what really got me, I did everything. Any country doctor or whoever you could think, whatever they said, we were giving it to them. Because that's how compelled I was. I was like, man, this he's going to die. But now it's like you didn't go for the last treatment. You just use the money to do something else,
Oh my
drink,
God.
smoke, go all over the place. Now their expectation is we should help again. And my husband's like, no, we're not doing it. I'm just, I'm, I'm just at this point. I'm just like, I don't know what to do. But yeah, may God. I know we're getting close to the season. People are doing desperate things. A lot of
Oh,
things are happening. But we pray that we that are left on earth, that God help us to guide our life to the right path because it's not easy. It's not easy. Stay strong, Peterson.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
I can tell you that. eh, um, I can tell you that things. I was crazy, but I mean, it's I just left it. Yeah,
yeah.
we started work today. Yeah.
That's the thing about men though. You guys are really good at handling situation.
Uh, I always look at things. There are driving force to behind men. It's just not like we are just quick to gain courage. There are driving force.
Mm,
There are things that can drive you, force you to do certain things. One thing I take from our current president for Liberia says there is something that will always be chasing you. If
true.
a thing has not stopped chasing you, you can never stop. You keep running. Why did
Mm,
I?
that's
Men,
powerful.
men as a whole, when situation occur, you quick to break down. You can be broken, but the pressure that you need to get strong and take care of family, that is the impetus. That's what will pet up that particular courage and get you moving. That is it. I mean, it would let you. You will just get up by yourself and say, you know what? Well, it happened. I gotta move. Once we are stayed around, you get the other family members, you get the other people, you get other this. They have to survive, and whenever people depend on you, you gotta move and do things. So basically, that's what happened to a lot of men. And say, "Oh, men, they quit to move." Yes, but there are some forces that can get you to start moving.
True.
But
You
it's
know what? That is a topic that we're actually discussing tomorrow.
mm,
That's why in the beginning I said it'll be really controversial tomorrow. Tomorrow's topic is going to be so controversial. I'm afraid of even talking about it, but we're going to talk about it. If you guys notice in the group chat, I've been sharing a lot of these transgender stuff and,
mm,
feminine stuff, all these things. It's going to be real tomorrow. I can't wait. I can't
mm.
wait. But yeah, oh man. I don't know. That's what I tell my friend. Everybody's want to be feminine. I said, no, I need men. I need men. I am weak. I am not strong. I need men in life. So kudos to people who think they can do things and be men and act like a man. Good for
And
you.
you share one of them. That guy was practically saying that he regretted.
Yeah,
Yeah, that guy
yeah.
when he said, "Why are you blaming people taking you this way?" Of course, you can never be. So I said, yeah, the guy is real to himself.
Yeah. From sharing those things on Facebook, a lot of people unfollow me.
Oh, sure, yeah, I know they will. They just felt that maybe you were like, I know people will do
I
that.
was laughing. I said, that's not going to stop me from sharing it. I'm not on this to get rich or be famous. I don't care. I'm sharing it. That's why I said tomorrow people should brace themselves because it's going to get real on here. We're
Hmm.
talking about it. We're talking about it.
We will talk about it, and that guy would have been our guest.
I wish I could get him. Actually, next year, I don't know, by the grace of God, if you guys know anyone, I really want to do some interviews. I want to ask people questions. Like, I would love to dig into people's mind, especially those type of people.
Yeah.
I would love to interview them and just to get in their brain, like what's going on. It's a lot. I have some clips. I'm putting it together and I want to share tomorrow and watch it. And just, oh my God. I can't wait tomorrow. You know, I wanted us to talk about that last week, but I was sick and I was like, oh, even if I'm sick, we're talking about this topic.
Before the year ends, right?
Before the year, and we have to talk about that topic. Yeah. But yeah, God will be with us as we go through this last days. There's a lot happening, but we'll stay strong. And, God will carry us through. I'm
Yeah.
just so happy that, I had the opportunity to meet each and every one of you guys because I feel like I'm really growing into the woman that I really want to be from learning from all of you guys. So I want to say thank you. Thank you so much to each and every one of you guys.
You created a platform, so you.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm learning so much, doing these topics. Sometimes I'm like, where are we going to get topics from? But it just popped up,
and,
you
and,
know.
and anytime it comes out, it'll be great. It sounds great, and people get their
Thank
input.
you.
That
Thank
really,
you.
that really move people. Sometimes we just bump into it, discuss it, and the idea flows.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
really does. And I'm so glad Richmond is on here on this journey with us.
No
Rich,
nonsense. Which was
I like Richmond.
oh yes, no nonsense. Which was
Richmond, get ready
I gotta
tomorrow.
keep it real. That's why.
which one?
Gear up tomorrow.
I already
Oh,
predict.
don't worry. I'm ready for
I already
tomorrow. I want to see
predict
how it turns out anyway.
which one? I already predict his stand. I already predict it.
Tomorrow's gonna get real. I know many people will unfollow us again, but it's okay. It's
Like I
okay.
said, I pretty much gave a disclaimer and I said it's my opinion. So whatever they like, that's their business. I could
I
care
know which
less
one I already said.
because it's life. I'm not
I
gonna
know.
pretend and say I'm gonna sugarcoat it. No, it's how I
No,
feel,
no
and I'll say it
sugarcoating.
exactly how I
I'm
feel.
putting the clips together. I'm hoping I wanna come a little bit early, but I'll see how these kids handle me tomorrow. So we can do it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for Richmond, did you give your closing?
I did. I think I did. When I
Okay.
ended, I believe.
Richmond, do you want to give a closing?
Well, for me, I'm just pretty much gonna keep it as simple, which is start. You can pretty much forgive somebody and just use the time to reflect on it before you get to that reconciliation, because it's not gonna be something that's gonna happen overnight. So don't expect it to be you're gonna reconcile as quickly as possible. It doesn't happen. But at the same time, you should also make that decision on is what the person did worth having a reconciliation about or not, because that's going to be your personal decision. Various people have been hurt in various ways that hinders them. Because me, I know fully well for a fact that there are so many people that I don't talk to and I will never talk to again, and I could care less how they feel about me. I forgive them. They've moved on their own. That's their business. It doesn't take anything from me. But that is me. So I'm entitled to my own belief and my own opinion. So I leave it to each and every one of them to make that decision, to analyze the situation and determine what is best for them. Basically, what gives them peace, because that's all it's about. You got to have your peace of mind. If forgiving and reconciling enables you to have that peace of mind, then so be it. If not, do what makes you happy, because getting trigger is a big thing. I myself, I know fully well on a daily basis, there are certain things that people will say to me or do that causes me to get a trigger. Mental health is a big thing. So you just gotta take it into account and figure out how can you handle the situation and address it that way. So, like I said, disclaimer, this is my opinion, this is how I feel, and I could care less how people feel about me or what I say. It's life, it's reality. This is not a child's play, and I'm entitled to my opinion. So, thank you for showing up. Thank you for being wonderful subscribers and guests, and see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow's D-Day. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Richmond. Like you said, this is not child's play.
Yeah, yeah, I like that part.
I really like that line. I
Yeah.
think I need to add in our little promo when I'm doing it tomorrow. This is not a child's play.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's to keep it real.
So
But yeah, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys. Thank you, Sis Rose, for coming on. I always trying to get them on here. I have a lot of big sisters I need to bring on here. But they're like, doing your Facebook thing. So I think this topic really caught her today. So I'm glad she was able to come on and give her input. I want to say thank you to our co-host for popping in and popping out. Don't be ghosting us next year.
definitely.
Thank you so much, Peterson. Thank you for always coming in here, giving us, life lessons and everything, and my prayers and everything to your family. Only God can really, console you guys. Nothing anybody says is just from human flesh, says things. But I pray that God truly touch you guys and, wrap his arms around you guys at this difficult time.
Thank you.
Um, I want to say thank you to our viewers. I think we got one viewer tonight, Brooks Francis. Thank you so much for engaging and sharing your thoughts on this topic. We really appreciate your input. And just to close, I think you guys already said everything. The only thing I will say is forgiveness is freeing yourself, like you said. And reconciliation, it takes two people. So it's not one sided or anything. You don't have to be the one reconciling. It has to be two people, like we learned tonight. And if you forgive but choose not to reconcile, you're not bitter. You're just choosing. That's your choice.
Yeah.
Just choose it and, live with the consequences. Everything in life is a choice. We have to live with it, you know. So make sure you're healed and don't bring people in your space that you don't feel comfortable bringing in. If you don't, like I said, if you don't want to reconcile, it's up to you. Maybe along the line, if you do decide, you could do that. But as we've learned, it's good and bad. There's good and bad to everything in life. Just weigh out what works for you. Again, our true opinion on this topic. We're not here to bash anybody, but share our thoughts on these day-to-day topics that we go through as human beings, and we're just here to share our thoughts and leave our mark on the world. So if you don't want to follow us, it's okay. Somebody else will follow us.
So, so
Yeah, but I just want to say thank you so much for everything. I know we haven't been really online, due to other reasons, but as the year comes to an end, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for allowing us to come here, talk to you, and, talk your head out. And I want to say thank you to all of our panelists and guests, everybody that came on here this year. I want to say thank you, because without you, we won't be able to touch and, few as the year. And I think I'm going to read some of the messages I got from some people about topics and things like that. I'm thinking about doing it before the year ends, so we can just say thank you for your contribution. You're truly making a difference on people's lives, because people inbox me all the time. They'll say, "Oh, we really like these topics and things you're talking about." Their only complaint is our show is too long, but they'll be fine. They'll be fine. They'll be all right.
Don't worry. Next year they'll be revamping, so that's
I
not a
know,
problem.
I know. Yeah, so we're truly, that's what really encouraged me to be coming on here all the time, because people are truly listening and they like some of the things we talk about. And I want you guys to brace yourself tomorrow, because tomorrow we're talking about a topic that I feel like everybody that comes by or podcaster try to avoid. But we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about this whole transgender thing, um, you know, this feminist thing about they being considered as women and the differences. We're gonna discuss it tomorrow.
let's get into it tomorrow. I really like
Yeah,
my better government. They keep down very strong on
yeah.
something, and yeah, yeah,
So this is a huge deal right now in the US, because anyways, we'll jump into it tomorrow. We'll
yeah.
jump into it tomorrow.
Mhm.
So I just want to say thank you, everybody. Have a great night. And I pray by the grace of God, we all be here so we can take the lashes from the masses.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, here we're gonna go into that. This happening.
All right. Thank you so
Okay.
much. Y'all have a
Thank you.
great night. Okay.
I'll leave you now. Bye bye.
All right.
You
Bye
too.
bye. Richmond, I was sending you that stuff. I kept forgetting. I have it on
I
here.
know.
I forgot. I'll send it to you right now when I get off. Right now.
Got it.
All right. Thank you.
No problem.